viewers, and welcome to this tutorial on CuteLuks. Today I'm going to be taking you on how to make your trendy ready to wear gown like you have up there on the photo. So I have my material here with me. I have a crepe material. You can use any other plain material, but what I have here is crepe, and this is my Ankara fabric. You can also use another kind of material, a crepe with some design or any other cotton material to go with this. And so you could see there we have a fringe. I have my own fringe, so you can see the length. You can do a shorter length or even longer than mine. So I have like 1 yard here, which is enough for me. And so I'm going to start showing you how to do this. So while you watch this video, don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and turn on your notification. So guys, let's get started. So this is it. I have my measurements laid out here. My length says 39, my center back says 17. I have my round sleeve that says 20 because this is a loose garment. And then my hip length says 25.5. My shoulder measurement, my bust says 50, which I've divided by 4, gives me 12.5 inches. My waist says 48. I've divided by 4, it gives me 12. Same with my hip, it says 52. Divided it by 4, gives me 13. I have this measurement here because it's a loose garment, so you can see it up there. So I'm going to start showing you how to go with this style. So I'll start with my length measurement, which says 39. So I have my 39 here. So I'm going to rule that out. And mind you, I folded this fabric into two. You can see this is the first one and this is the second one under of it, so that I can have both front and back same shape while I cut it out, because the shoulder side is going to be a kimono idea of cotton, not the one we have our armhole cotton. It's going to be a together sleeve cut. So my center back says 17, but before that I'm going to be taking my shoulder measurement that says 16. When I divide my 16 into 2, it gives me 8 inches. So this is my 8 inches here. And so I'll come up here and add my hemming allowance of 1 inch. My shoulder slant cut of half. Then I'm going to add extra half. In total of 2 inches I added. So I'm going to add my 2 inches all the way up. And then I'll move it. So this is where I'm going to start my measurement from. Set them. This is my shoulder here. Then I'm going to slant my shoulder by 1.5 inches. And then I'm going to take my center back measurement. It says 17. This is my 17. I'm going to add 1 inch for hemming. So this is my 1 inch for hemming. So at that bottom side, at the point of my hemming, I'm going to take 2 inches down and then connect it to this 1.5 inches I have here. So this is it, and then to the point of my measurement of my neck here. You see. So I'm going to take my neck measurement. I'm going to be using 3.5 inches because this garment is not meant to have a very wide neck, because we have opening at the front side. So I've taken my 3.5 inches. I'm going to go down and take my hip length that says 25.5. So this is my 25.5 inches here. So that's just where I'm going to stop. Then I'm going to take my round sleeve that says 20 inches. So when I divide into 2, it gives me 10. This is my 10 plus 1 inch sewing allowance, half for the body and half for the shoulder side. So I'm going to mark my 1 inch here. And so I'll come to the shoulder slant area to take my armhole measurement, but I'm not going to curve it out. I'm just going to take my armhole measurement. My armhole measurement is going to be 14.5 inches, which I have here. So that's where I start. That's where I have my bust measurement. So when I've divided it by 4, what I have, my 50 by 4, it's giving me 12.5. So I'll place my 12.5 inches here. That's half inch to sew. Now come down by that by 4.5 inches, and that goes my waist measurement. It says 48, which is giving me 12 inches there plus half inch. And then my hip says 52. It's giving me 13 there when I divide 4. And then I'm going to add my half inch. So what I have here around the hip area in total, which is 13.5 inches, I'm going to bring it down to this part. So I'm going to connect this carefully. You can make yours bigger than this. It's a thing of choice. As it is, I can even extend my body measurement all out and then cut it out. So my neck measurement, I'm going to be using the depth of my neck of 4.5 inches. And then the back of my neck, I'm going to be doing 2 inches depth. So I'll curve the back neck first and then the front, so you could see clearly. You can use your curve to do this. You can use your free hand to do this as well. And so I'm going to cut this out and show you what it looks like. Ready? And so I'm going to cut from here. Then I'll get the back neck out first. And then notch. Okay. You can see I have extra line around here. For those that are bigger than my measurement, you can do yours bigger. You can make yours smaller depending on the body size. So I'm just added to my measurements to give me extra ease, because I want it very, very easy on the body. I might end up making this and have it close to the body. No, the idea is meant to have this clothes loose off the body. So I just added more inch to this. So I'm going to cut this out. So in order to get my front neck out, I'm going to iron here carefully so that when I pull off the back, I won't have it separate. So I'll take the back out. It's off. And then I'll cut out the neck measurement. Then I'll notch it again for guide. Then I'm going to give my neck opening. You can do yours 5, you can do it 4.5, you can do it 3 inches, depending on how deep you want it to be or how small you want it to be. But I'm going to be making mine 5 inches because I want the neck to be very open. So I'm going to carefully turn this so that I can cut it out very well. You see, so because of I've ironed this area and I've notched it, it's easy for me to relax this part back again. So I'm going to measure back my 5 inches. And so I have my 5 inches here, and then I'll open it out. So when I'm getting down to my 5 inches here, half inch close to it or quarter, I'm going to just take my hand in like a V slant shape here, careful so you don't go too deep. And so when you open it, this is what you have. So that when you want to curve this area, when you're turning with your facing, it should be very, very easy for you. So I'll take this back and then cut out my facing before going down to my Ankara fabric to place on this. So I have my remaining material here. I'm going to cut out my facing now. So I'm going to be making my facing small because I don't want it too big. You can make yours bigger than my own. So this is it. I'll place the neck back. At most, we always have facing at the front side of this style. The back, you use your bias to pipe, or you use your material and you cut out a bias with your material and then pipe the back, then sew this together. That's the shoulder area, then you join them together. So this is it. I'm going to cut out the same shape of neck measurement. Yep. So my Ankara fabric will be coming on this from 4 inches low, or they use 3.5 inches or 3 inches, but I'm going to be using 3 inches on my own. This is my 3 inches. So my facing is going to come down low so that my Ankara fabric will hold it down after weaving it and turning it to the neck. So when I place the fabric coming on it, it will match it down and not having it moving around inside of the dress. So I'm going to shape this from this point here. You can make yours bigger than my own, it's your choice. So I'm going to carefully do this. Then we turn the main body part to the facing so I can cut out the neck. And so I'll go doing this, cut it out same shape, and then the shoulder off. And don't forget to open up this. Carefully open up this. When you get to this point, you stop and do the same thing you have here on it. Good. Then I'm going to cut out the shape out. And so guys, I'm going to go down to the machine. I'll first weave this very neat and then turn the neck of my clothes and then come back to show you guys what it looks like. And so you can see I've turned the opening of the front side and top stitched it, also ironed it out. You can see looking relaxed and neat. And then I've woven my facing. You can see how deep it is so that the fabric coming at the front will be able to hold it down and then it will start running out. Can you see it? So I'm going to go turn my front neck and then use the bias of this using this material to cut out my bias and then pipe the back neck. So I'm going to show you how to cut your bias if you're always having hard time on how to cut your bias to pipe the neck of your material, especially when you have your English gowns to make. You don't want to use a facing or lining to turn it, so you can use your material as your bias and it will come out very, very neat. So this is it. This part, even though it's stretchy, is not too stretchy. And then this is the stiff part of this fabric. But for you to get your bias done, you go slanty like this. Can you see? It's coming out real stretchy. So if I'm to cut this out, I'm going to take my ruler and then rule this out in a slant form like this. I'm going to slant it, and you see it's looking slanty, and then from there I'll start taking the measurement of how wide I want the piping of my neck to be. So I'm going to be using 1.5 inches because I don't want it too big. So this is it. So I'll connect the lines together. then I'll cut this out. So I've used my pressing iron to fold this way, iron it out. Here will look very flat, and then you stitch on this edge here. You can see there's no roughness around it. All you have to do is just fold back on the material and then top stitch. After sewing, you top stitch and then fold back to rest on your material. You can curve anyhow you like because it's stretchy. You can use it anyhow you like. So this is it. I'll take my pressing iron and match this down carefully. So you can try this method if you've been having issues on how to pipe the neck of your material using your clothes, using your material as the neck piping. This is just the simplest method to cut out your bias. Just lance your ruler and then you are good to go. Just take your inch that you need. So you see it's looking flat and relaxed. So if I finish stitching, I top stitch. All I have to do is just bend and run on this, and then I'll show you how I did the back neck of this. So I'm going to go close the neck of the front and then do the same at the back. Okay, this is it. I've done the neck of the front side, and this is what it looks like. You can see, very neat. And then I top stitch on it, making it relax. This is the front neck. This part is ready. And for the back, you can see I've used my material to bias it. You can see how relaxed it looks and very neat. All you have to do is turn, top stitch, and then go back and top stitch on the main body. So I'm going to take my pin and pin this down so that when the other of my fabric is coming to design this, everything will be relaxed. No one will be dancing around. So I'm going to pin this down from the inside so that when I'm taking the pin off, it's going to be very easy for me. And we're not top stitching this facing, please. That's why we're using our Ankara fabric to hold it down. Once this place is down, the shoulder is holding this area. This place cannot come out, neither can this place come out. So I'm going to pin this area too. Okay, and so it should be enough. Good. So it's not moving around anymore. So I'm going to fold my material back so I can get the center line of this clothes well before bringing in the other fabric on it. So I'm going to iron the center part so I can have a line to give me direction on how to work with the fabric coming. So I have it out. So I'm going to take my Ankara fabric and so this is the front side of the fabric, this is the back. So I'm going to fold it this way. You can do this any shape of your choice. You can see the photos that I have there. Those ones has different shape of that on them. You can make your circle, you can make your square, you can make a rectangle, whatever shape you like to make with it. So let's see what I am going to be making with this one, because I don't have a particular shape on my mind. So the bottom side, I'm going to be making it 11 1/4, and then to fold inside, I'm going to add half into it, and then I'll come up here by 13 inches, then add my extra 1 inch to fold the bottom and the upside. That's total of 14, and so I have it ready here. And so I'm going to come up here and measure 4 inches and add my ½ inch to fold, and then shape it down to meet this part. Then I'll come here, take ½ inch down, and then give it a curve. I took my 4 inches and added my folding allowance, and then I took ½ inch down here to bring this curve at this area, and then curve it down to meet this point, and then from here connecting to my inch at the bottom side. So I'm going to cut this out. Like I said, you can make any shape of your choice. So I decided to make this, and the funny part is this shape does not have a name. So I'm going to turn this to the front, iron this line out so that I can fold this way. And so both the main body and this has a connection line, so that's why you have to iron this. So I'm going to start folding this area with my iron using my ½ inch to work, and this is my ½ inch. Okay, and then the side I'm going to be using 1/4 in order to be able to get the shape out. But first I'm going to be folding the up so that I can close this very well. So I'll fold this with my ½ inch up here, and so the sides we're going to be folding with 1/4. So we'll go all the way around, 1/4 inch, 1/4. So the reason why I actually folded it down and the up first, so that this side will be able to close this place instead of having this opening here. No, it's better off this one closes, so that when you're stitching it will just relax very well. So I'm going to do the same thing at this area. Carefully fold this. It's my 1/4 to the upside. Okay, and so we've gotten the shape of what we want. So this is the part where our fringe comes in to work. You have to blend this shape very well with your pressing iron so they don't have different edge shapes. Okay, I'm done working on this. So the fringe, this is my fringe here. I'm going to be having it at the bottom side of this. And so the total of what I have here is 11/4. So I'm going to carefully take my 11¾ instead. So this is my 11¾ I'm going to fold it into 2 and see if I have more to go. And there we are good. So I have it like 3-step here. You can do yours more than this, but mind when you're making it to SS, it becomes bulgy at the downside and makes this area very thick on your clothes, as if it's hanging. So it's either you're making it single, twice, or just 3 times. So I'm going to take my needle and thread and tack this down, not pinning. I'm going to tack it down to the body so it just stays there, and then when I'm done stitching to the main body, I can then disconnect my stitch. So I'm going to carefully do this. Okay, going to take it again. Right. And so again. So that's how I'm going to tack it all and then get it ready. So because I ironed this fabric here and that of the main body, you can see the line joining. The connection is very easy for me to do. And then I've pinned the whole body down, looking like a pineapple. And then you can see I've tacked this part down, not going anywhere, and I've not cut out my thread so it doesn't lose out. I'm going to pin it down to the body now, and then go run it on the sewing machine and come back to show you what it looks like. Then close the shoulder and every other part, and then we are done with this cloth and we are ready to wear it. So my beautiful people, while you're watching this, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, please subscribe, and also turn on your notification. So this is it. I've pinned it down. I'm going to go run this on the machine. So you can see I've joined everything down and there's no shaking around this area. So I have to do is take this off. You can see it's very easy to do. As when I use pin, this fringe will be shaking around, but with the tacking idea to just stay one place like where you've stitched. And then I've cut out my needle. See how it's out. So you can see around this area my facing is not running out because my fabric at the front side has covered it. Can you see? So it can't move anywhere. That's the idea, to make it a bit longer so the fabric outside will hold it. So I'm going to take off the whole pins here, go to the machine, close up the shoulder, close the body side, round off this dress, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Already it's looking beautiful. So this is it, how the front looks like. You see? Okay guys, let me go join the back to the body, front body. You can see guys, we are done with our gown. You can see I've locked the shoulder, woven it neatly, same with the armhole. And then I've closed the body, woven the bottom side, same with the inside, and then fold the bottom side, and then this cloth is ready. You can see that's why it's called ready to wear. You can see the size, anybody can fit into this size and still look cool inside of it. And you put it on the sneakers or your lovely sandal, and then you're good to go. So thank you for joining me in today's tutorial. I'll see you in my next video, and don't forget to subscribe. Please give me a like, and then also follow us on CuteLuks on Facebook. So see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye bye.